on the edge. Footballers is on the edge. Footballers is on the edge. Footballers is on the air. Footballers is on the edge. Footballers is on the air. Footballers is on the edge.
Hello and welcome to Footballers.
Oh, my bad, Joe.
Getting paid with the boys from Markout Moments. Efren already getting this shit going. FSU gets upset, take the plus 10.5.
Oh, now to be fair to Efren, he's called upsets in back-to-back weeks.
Well, he's wrong. Florida State's going to win by 20. Today is National Angel Food Cake Day. Thanks for that, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
All right, let's do a quick rundown. Week 6. I started the week plus 3 units, finished the week minus 2 units on my picks. I went 2-4. Yuck. My first hit, Colorado State at San Diego State, took San Diego State minus 6. They won 45-24. Colorado State is terrible.
They are.
My only other win of the weekend was Illinois minus 8.5 at Purdue. Illinois won 43-27. And then it was all downhill. Wisconsin at Michigan. I took Michigan minus 17.5. They won 24-10. They just literally took their foot off their throat. Wisconsin is terrible.
They are. More on that later.
I took Iowa State plus 1.5 at Cincinnati. Iowa State made a furious comeback, but too little too late. They lost 38-30. And I took the over 55.5, Vanderbilt at Alabama. I thought we'd get some points in that.
Yeah.
Alabama 30, Vanderbilt 14.
Yeah, I took the over on that.
Points.
Should not have. Oh, no, I picked Vandy to cover. Excuse me.
And then the biggest upset of the week, perhaps. I mean, the biggest upset of the week we'll get to, but I mean, nobody saw this coming. Texas, your preseason number 1 team, Texas, now unranked after week 6. Texas minus 6.5 at Florida. Florida won that game 29-21, and it was never really in doubt. Texas is
There's
terrible.
a few teams that started ranked this year and are not anymore after one loss.
So we'll go with Timmy C. He was plus 2 units on the week. He started even. He missed his first one, Iowa State at Cincinnati. He took under 54.5. Like I said, Cincinnati won 38-30. That's 68 points. He also took Texas minus 6.5 at Florida. He then nailed Miami minus 4.5 at Florida State. Miami won by 6 after a furious fourth quarter comeback by Florida State, scoring 19. Too little, too late. They got to get their shit together. Texas Tech minus 11 at Houston. Texas Tech won 35-11. Texas Tech is for real.
Yes.
They've got a lot of money on that team. Let's see. He had Colorado at TCU. Took TCU minus 13.5. TCU won 35-21. They win by 14. And he took Vanderbilt at Alabama. Alabama minus 10.5. Like I said, they won 30-14. They won by 16. That game ends up different. Vanderbilt's winning 7-0 and are driving down the field inside the Alabama 10, and they fumble. If they go up 14-0 just like that, I don't know how that game ends. I mean,
Well, they would have sucked the life out of that stadium because they're like, oh, no, this is happening again. But you let them hang in. By the way, Antonio Santos over on Instagram says, thank you, Dave. I bet the Bucks, and I won $705 last week.
Told you.
So, footballers getting paid right here on the show. He said he took the over tonight on 67.5 with North Texas. I will never bet on a North Texas football game.
At 60 what and a half?
67.
Because it is 21-14 right now in the second quarter. 35 already.
No, good for him.
Let's see. Let's go down to Pondwater Dave. He was -1 unit.
Look at this tool.
Ended up even for the week. We're going to get there, Mike.
You beat me by 5 points.
Pondwater went 3-3. Vanderbilt at Alabama. He had Alabama -10.5, nailed it. Bama 30-14. He had Miami -4.5 at Florida State. Like we said, Miami won by 6. And Illinois -8.5 at Purdue. Illinois 43-27. He lost Texas at Florida. Texas -6.5. He had Penn State -24.5 at UCLA. The upset of the decade.
I believe I also had that pick.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
UCLA ended up winning 42-27.
What happened?
42-37. Not 27, 37. So that game was insane because, UCLA was up like 24-0.
Yeah. I mean, that legitimately might be the college football upset. I mean, it's right there with Vandy and Alabama last year of the 2000s. Nobody saw that coming.
The only other close one was Stanford over USC back in like 2010.
Yeah.
I want to say USC was like a 35.5 point favorite or something like that.
I mean, that's crazy.
Nobody saw that. And he had Kent State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma -45.5.
Jesus.
Oklahoma won 44-0.
Ouch. Ouch. Right in the ding dong.
TJ went even for the week with 3-3. Vanderbilt +10.5 at Alabama. Alabama wins by 16. Like I said, man, you're just if Vanderbilt goes up 14-0 in the first quarter, I think Alabama starts to press and they start to freak out. Let's see. TJ's next loss, Penn State -24.5 at UCLA. Not good.
This season is drunk for sure.
And then TJ's last loss of the week, Washington at Maryland. He took Maryland +6.5. Oh, excuse me. We'll get back to that. Michigan State at Nebraska under 48.5. Nebraska wins 38-27. That's 65 points.
Just missed it.
TJ's 3 wins. Illinois -8.5 at Purdue. Illinois won by 16. Wisconsin at Michigan under 43. Final score was 24-10, 34 points. And Washington at Maryland took Maryland +6.5. Washington wins 24-20. Maryland was winning that game like 21 or like 20-3 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
and lost.
That for the first half of even the games I did win, it was not looking good there for a while.
No. All right, so on to week 7. Starting with Pondwater Dave. He sent me his picks. Timmy will have no picks this week. He is over in Germany flying back tomorrow. So he'll join us again next week or whenever we do this show. There'll be some sort of show next week. It'll probably be Pondwater and Timmy doing the show because you and I will be in St. Louis. So if we can join them via telephono or something, we can. But Pondwater, his first pick of the week, we're going to run this down because I'm picking it as well. The Red River Rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Texas and Oklahoma. The same Texas that has lost to anybody they've played with a pulse.
Yes.
Pondwater's taken over 63.5.
I don't hate it.
I don't love it.
No, I don't love it. It's not a gimme for sure.
So I also bet on this game. I take Oklahoma -1.5. Mater's back. Oklahoma looks good. They might be one of the most impressive teams in the country. Texas is struggling on offense right now.
So this is interesting. You said Oklahoma -1.5.
Oklahoma -1.5.
So I'm going to do all my bets here, and this is one of them. So I'll just get into it now. I'm going to do all my bets, and I have something special for the end of the show tonight. I too picked Oklahoma. When did you make this bet?
Today.
Because I did it just before we got on. Well, just
Yeah.
before I got in the shower to get on. And I've got Oklahoma +1.
Oklahoma +1.
Yeah.
Let me look at it live. Let me look at the live line right now.
Which is -115. I'm looking at my betting slip right now. And I saw that and I go, that's what? That should be free. If that's the case. Now watch, Texas is going to win by 40, but
let's see. College football.
I will tell you why I was looking for that. The struggle with this year for college football hasn't been the covers.
I still have right here on DraftKings. I still have it -1.5.
That's wild. I don't know how I got a +1, but take it. The covers haven't been bad to bet this year. It's been the over.
This is great right here. If you lose to Nico, your program needs a refresh. I refuse to order Polynesian sauce at Chick-fil-A because
the over-unders this year have been impossible.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I don't know. Just we'll see. All right, so we got that knocked out. Pondwater's next game. He's staying in the Big Ten, or he's going to the Big Ten here. Nebraska's traveling to Maryland. Maryland looked good in the first half last week, fell apart in the second. He's taking Nebraska -6.5 at Maryland. I don't hate it. Nebraska looks good. They lost a close one to Michigan.
Yep.
And they've won everything else. I would think Nebraska could beat Maryland by a touchdown, even in Maryland.
You'd hope.
I'd hope.
But again, this season, who knows?
My second pick of the week, we're going to the Big 12. I just told you, I think this is one of the best teams in the country. Texas Tech spent a boatload of money on their team this year. They're playing Kansas. Texas Tech is blowing out everybody. I'm taking Texas Tech -14 at Kansas. I think Houston's better than Kansas, and they destroyed Houston last week.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech -14 at home against Kansas.
No, Kansas had their 1 or 2 years. They surprised people and had their moment in the sun in the Big 12, and now they're going to get pounded back where they belong.
Yep. And Antonio Santos, you have 30 seconds left in the first half. USF is at the 3-yard line to score and tie it up at 21-21. That would be 42 points if that happens.
Right on schedule.
Your 63 or 65, whatever is looking pretty good.
67.
Both these offenses are moving with ease.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for turnovers, it'd be even more. All right, TJ, give me your second pick of the week.
Well, again, old TJ is going to stick with the Big Ten, and weirdly enough, I didn't pick Nebraska this week. I don't know why. I think I like going for the obscure, so I'm going for Rutgers at Washington. And again, I just discussed how impossible it is to go over-unders this year, but I'm fairly certain these two are a pretty safe bet for under 60.5 in Washington.
All right. Well, let's under 60.5 in Washington.
Yep.
That game just kicked off.
There you go.
They're at 0.
Starting on
4
top.
seconds in. 4 seconds in. You're looking good.
Oh, they just returned the kickoff back.
Yeah. It's Rutgers 2nd and 6 at the 29.
There you go.
They've got a ways to go. 3rd and goal, 5 seconds left with USF. Do they go for it or kick the field goal? Looks like they're kicking the field goal. Okay. Pondwater Dave staying in the Big Ten. Nope, they're going for it. Here we go. Iowa at Wisconsin. Pondwater's taking Iowa -3.5 at Wisconsin is ass.
They are. They're cheeks, as the kids say.
So I am also taking Iowa minus 3.5 at Wisconsin. If Iowa can't beat Wisconsin by more than 2 safeties, they're trash.
This is interesting. I also picked Iowa at Wisconsin, but I tried. Not only did I go 500 in NFL and in college last week, I'm pretty sure I'm 500 for the year. So I'm trying to go back to more safe routes for betting.
And you might be overall, but for college pick'em, you're minus 5 units.
There you go. So our rule on this show for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now has been if it's Iowa, hammer the under. I can see Iowa scoring 34 by themselves in this game, and the over is 37. So I'm taking the over 37 here, Iowa, Wisconsin.
Over 37. That's a bold pick there, Cotton.
I mean, they might score 38 because it's Iowa and Wisconsin. That game also might be a push.
All right, Pondwater. Traveling to the SEC. Alabama's traveling to Mizzou. Alabama minus 3.5 at Missouri. That line seems really low to me. Missouri hasn't played anybody yet, so I don't know what we got there. Alabama has been battle tested. Florida State, Georgia, Vanderbilt. Alabama minus 3.5 at Mizzou.
I like that. Mizzou, it seems like they always hang around until like week 6 or 7. They remind you they have a football program. And you're like, oh, yeah, Missouri's still here.
Touchdown USF, 42 points at the half.
There you go. Well on pace. So I've got I do not understand how Illinois started the top this year in the top 10. I also don't understand how they're still ranked. They're playing Ohio State this week. They're in Illinois, in Champaign. I don't think it's going to matter. So with this game, the over is 51, and Ohio State might do that by themselves. Again, I for the life of me, I do not understand how everyone thought Illinois was going to be good this year.
Well, they're 5-1.
Yeah, but the one was bad. It was like 6.
Yeah, it was real. It was real bad. Real bad. I saw that line. I didn't like it. I'm not touching it. Ohio State's defense is legit.
But Ohio State might do it by themselves.
I don't think their offense is good enough. Prove me wrong.
I mean, no one thought IU was, and they put 63 on them. So
I'm going back to the Big Ten. They let me down last week.
So we're good at.
I'm calling it here. They won't let me down this week. Iowa State travels to Colorado to face the Fighting Deion Sanders of Colorado.
It is.
Iowa State's favored by 2.5. They were ranked, 14 last week? Dropped out of the top. I think they dropped out of the top to 25.
Which one? Iowa State?
Iowa State.
Give me just a second. Go ahead and speak while I'm doing this.
I'm taking Iowa State minus 2.5 at Colorado. They should beat the Buffaloes by at least a field goal.
They're 22.
Iowa State has a decent football team. They're not winning anything. But yes, Michael Lane, Iowa State by 50. I think they crush Colorado and get back on track and make their way to what will eventually be. It's either going to be Iowa State or TCU versus Texas Tech for that Big 12 title and a shot at the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
I like Iowa State minus 2.5.
My next Big Ten game this week, I think Penn State. They got embarrassed last week by UCLA. I really don't see them allowing it to happen again. And they're in the Big Ten this week, but not a Big Ten powerhouse. It's Northwestern. I think Penn State is going to be out for revenge this week at home. So I'm taking them minus 21.5. I think they're going to put a whooping on Northwestern after last week.
And I mean, I had I made a bet earlier this year. Northwestern and Oregon. And Oregon had it all wrapped up, minus 33, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And gave up 2 late touchdowns. It was 20. It might have been 27. But they gave up 2 late touchdowns in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And didn't cover. Northwestern's not good. But, I picked Penn State to win it all.
I did not.
They lost to Oregon in overtime, and then I don't know what last week was. They didn't even show up. You cannot lose to UCLA. That UCLA football team that has been fielded the first 5 weeks of this season was an absolute joke.
They could have got beat by North Dakota State.
Yeah.
And also, welcome to the show, Michael. I do Big Ten every week.
So I'm going to go back to my text message thread. We have Pondwater Dave sent me his picks for the week. I don't know what he's looking at because he took Penn State minus 14.5 versus UCLA. When the line, it was last week and the line was 24.5. And he lost that bet last week and took it again this week. They're not playing. But he also took Washington at Ole Miss. And he's taken Ole Miss minus 4.5 against Washington State.
I was going to say, did he bet on the wrong week again? Because that's also
So he's taking Washington State at Ole Miss minus 4.5. I would bet $1 billion Ole Miss minus 4.5. Because the line is Ole Miss minus 31.5. So I'm just assuming he doesn't know what maybe he's drunk.
It's possible.
But I'm giving him Washington State at Ole Miss minus 35.5.
I don't know what to think of Ole Miss.
They're good, but they're not going to win the national championship.
That's what I mean. That's how big of contenders are they?
Yeah. They beat LSU, but I don't think LSU is very good. LSU has a good defense, but their offense is hot garbage.
Just like that sounds like LSU.
So I'm giving him that game, but we're doing the 31.5 because I don't know where he came up with 4.5. Washington State is terrible. Ole Miss should trounce them.
It's true. They're in the Pac-2.
I am going to the SEC for my 5th pick, right here in the good old state of Alabama. The Georgia Bulldogs come running into town to face off with Auburn. Auburn came up. Texas Tech was favored by 5.5 last week, and they beat Auburn 16-10. Decent showing by the defense, no offense. Georgia's favored by 4. Georgia wins by at least 14. Georgia minus 4 at Auburn. Lock it in on the Dogs. TJ, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got your 5 picks. We've got Dave's 5 picks. We've got my 5 picks. Now it's on to the game of the week. We are traveling to Eugene, Oregon, where the Oregon Ducks, are at home facing off against your Indiana Hoosiers. Now we'll start with Pondwater. Pondwater is taking Oregon in this game. He's got a different line than what I have. Pondwater's taking Oregon minus 9.5.
That's also different than what I have.
I am also taking Oregon. I'm taking them minus 7. TJ, Indiana at Oregon.
I have, again, if you've watched this show week to week, I have downplayed and underestimated IU all year long, and I will continue to do so. Oregon minus 7 is what I'm going with here.
Yeah.
I've picked Oregon to win the whole thing since the beginning of the season. IU, I can't believe I'm saying this in the history of my lifetime. IU has a puncher's chance of getting in the playoffs here.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of bizarre to think that. But I think Oregon is the team right now in college football. But here's what's fun too, Dave. So if you go back and look at all 6 of my picks for tonight, and I use Fanatics for my betting, they have a profit boost right now for college football parlays. So if you take all 6 of my picks and parlay them on Fanatics with the profit boost, it is plus 5,603 and $10, which is the max, pays out $570, which is what I did. So you will know Sunday how I did on that parlay.
Well, let's go back and check real quick. Iowa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-0. Started out sluggish. They beat Old Dominion 27-14.
That's not good.
Old Dominion looks pretty good right now. They then beat Kennesaw State 56-9.
Okay.
Indiana State 73-0.
Didn't know they had a team.
Trounced Illinois 63-10.
Yep.
Squeaked by Iowa 20-15. They were off last week, but so was Oregon. So they had an extra week to prepare. What do we get? Let's see. They then play Michigan State, UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, and Purdue.
I'll give them 4-1 out of that stretch. Their one loss being to Penn State. I think they'll beat Michigan.
They don't play Michigan. Michigan State.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going 4-1 then.
Yeah.
And I'll even give Penn State the win there, and they're still going to go 4-1.
Be 5-1.
That's what I said.
Okay. So that is just a terrible schedule.
Yeah, the Big Ten, once you get past the top
in terms
3 or
of
4,
strength of schedule.
yeah, once you get past the top 3 or 4 teams of the Big Ten, it's real bad.
Yeah. Bowl and shoe ugly. But they have a chance. If they get by Oregon, you could see Indiana playing in Indianapolis against Ohio State.
Yes.
For the Big Ten title.
And for the record, if IU beats Oregon and then they go 5-1, they're a lock. They're in.
They're in.
Regardless of how the Big Ten championship goes, they're in.
Oregon's remaining schedule. After Indiana, they play Rutgers, Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, USC, and Washington. No ranked teams.
But Iowa is always just waiting to ruin someone's season. And that USC game kind of grabbed my attention for the same reason. It seems USC is going to just wait in the wings and ruin someone's year.
There you have it. Big Ten, very top heavy. Not much else after that.
No.
So what do you have? You have Big Ten has Ohio State,
IU,
Illinois.
Michigan. I don't even count Illinois.
They have 4 teams ranked.
Yeah, I don't even count Illinois. I think they're a fraud. I don't know. Again, I don't know why they're ranked. Again, even if they are 4-1, which they are, and IU is now number 7. Like you cannot go home and lose 63-10. You just can't.
Oh, that's bad. So there you have it, right here on Footballers on Markout Moments. Make sure you like and subscribe us here on markoutmoments.net. Let us know how you do. Let us know what bets you make. We'll see you next week. I'm Dolla Bill Dave. He's TJ Steppins. Go Noles.